So there's this concept that high-performance businesses are using to get a serious competitive edge, but it's something that very few people really understand. It's called an ontology, and today we're going to break down why it just might be the most powerful tool your business isn't using yet.
I mean, think about it for a second. Have you ever been in one of those meetings where sales, marketing, and customer support are all talking about a customer, but they clearly mean different things? To sales, it's a hot lead. To marketing, it's a specific persona. To the support team, it's an active user with a ticket. Sound familiar? This simple confusion, well, it's a symptom of a much bigger problem. Well, this problem actually has a name: the business language barrier. You can think of it like this invisible wall that gets built inside a company, all because there's no common language for its most important ideas. And it's this massive and honestly surprisingly costly drag on your efficiency. And this is where you get this crazy domino effect, right? Loose interpretations, they just lead straight to conflicting data. That forces your teams to waste hours, even days, trying to reconcile facts that should be simple. And all of that ultimately results in poor, uninformed, and pretty frustrating decisions. Okay, but here's where it gets really exciting. What if you could just smash through that barrier? I mean, what if you could actually build a single, undisputed source of truth that everyone, and I mean every person in every system in your business, could rely on? This right here is where that secret weapon comes in.
All right, so let's pull back the curtain. We're talking about an ontology. And I know, that word sounds super academic, maybe a little intimidating, right? But stick with me, because we're going to strip away all that jargon and show you just how practical and powerful this thing really is.
You know, I absolutely love this quote from the source material because it just cuts right to the chase. Forget the dry definitions for a minute. Just picture taking your company's normal data models and just giving them superpowers. That's exactly what an ontology does. It makes your information more powerful, way more connected, and just a whole lot smarter.
Okay, so here's the textbook definition, but let's just boil it down. Think of it like the master dictionary, the official rulebook for your entire business. It formally defines your key concepts, like customer or product, and this is the really important part, the relationships between them. And you know, an ontology isn't some totally new, out-of-this-world concept. It's really just the master framework that takes all these things your business is probably already using, like taxonomies, vocabularies, even logical models, and it organizes them into one single cohesive blueprint for all your knowledge.
All right, this is where things get really transformative. When you implement an ontology, you fundamentally change how your business operates. You're shifting it from a state of, well, data chaos to one of truly intelligent automation.
I mean, look at this. The difference is just night and day. Before, you're literally drowning in assumptions. Your data is stuck in silos, and you're doing endless manual analysis. Afterwards, you're operating with crystal clear, explicit definitions and truly integrated data. And that unlocks the real magic, automated reasoning.
Okay, so this is the absolute key takeaway. Because an ontology formally defines your business concepts and all the relationships between them, a computer can finally actually understand your data. It's not just a dumb container for information anymore. It can make logical sense of it, paving the way to automate really complex analysis and decision-making.
And the ripple effects for the business? They're huge. Think about it. You get rid of all those assumptions, and suddenly your development time and costs just plummet. Why? Because everyone's building on the exact same foundation. Your data quality goes through the roof, which means all your different apps can finally speak the same language. You get true interoperability.
But you know, of all the amazing benefits, there is one that gets everyone, and I mean everyone, really excited. Let's talk about the ultimate payoff for any business that has a presence online, absolutely dominating the search engines. And look, this isn't some kind of magic trick. It's a clear, logical path. You start with your ontology, that single source of truth, then lets you do some really cool content modeling, which then lets you spit out perfectly structured data. And guess what? That structured data is exactly what search engines like Google are absolutely starving for. So why does this work so well? Well, when your content is structured based on your ontology, you're not just throwing a blog post at Google and, crossing your fingers hoping it gets the point. No, you are explicitly telling Google, hey, this is a product, here is its exact price, here are its features, and here is how it connects to this other service we offer. You're speaking its language fluently.
And you got to believe me on this one. Make no mistake about it. This is the future of SEO. The companies that can structure their content intelligently are the ones that are going to win, period. It's all about moving away from these messy, one-off articles and moving towards smart, reusable, and perfectly optimized knowledge assets.
And hey, this isn't just a game for the huge corporations. This is a massive, massive opportunity for smaller, nimbler businesses too. By structuring your content this way, you save so much time and money, all while building an SEO machine that will launch you way past your competitors, who are, frankly, still stuck in the dark ages. So, let's wrap up with this final thought. Every single business, including yours, runs on this kind of hidden logic, a set of rules and relationships that defines what it is and what it does. All an ontology does is take that hidden logic and make it visible, make it shareable, and make it something a machine can understand. The only real question left is, are you ready to unlock yours?